There are differences between these two palettes. I personally don't really like the shimmers in this particular palette since day one. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's shimmer like all over like here as well, so. Hi everyone, my name is Crystal and I'm back with a new video. Hi guys, so today's video I'm gonna be doing is a little comparison video between two very popular eyeshadow products, eyeshadow palettes to be specific. One of them being the Rosebud Garden from ROMAND and also CLIO Rusted Rose palette. So these two palettes, very popular, as the name suggests. Rusted rose, vintage, you know, that dusty kind of rose color, which is very popular in general in Asian beauty, I would say. So I'm actually wearing two of these palettes on my eyes right now, but can you tell which is which? That's the question. Can you tell which is which? Not really, right? But there are differences between these two palettes and you're wondering, Crystal, what are the differences between these two palettes? Which one should I pick up based on my own personal makeup preferences? Don't worry, got you covered. I'm gonna share with you my thoughts and experiences playing, and also I did a demo wearing this eyeshadow look. I'll put it up on the screen somewhere up later. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So on my left, which is your right, I'm wearing the CLIO Rusted Rose palette, and on my right, which is your left, I'm wearing the ROMAND Rosebud Garden palette. Wow, I kind of like had to like think for a moment. There are differences between these two palettes. Let me just quickly break it down to you. For the CLIO one, it's more of a saturated kind of colors, I would say, especially for the mattes, because when I compare it between the two palettes, I would say that the rosier tones really do stand out. So the top one here is the CLIO one and the bottom one here is the ROMAND one. So one good example is the mattes. So for example, this one over here is your deepest darkest matte, and it's a very reddish wine kind of color, while on the Rosebud Garden palette, you can tell that these two, the deepest one even here, it's kind of more of a desaturated kind of brown, I would say. The shimmers on the ROMAND palette are way much more brighter, much more sparklier as compared to the CLIO one. I felt that the CLIO shimmers, they're kind of like flat in a sense. I personally don't really like the shimmers in this particular palette since day one. But when it came to the ROMAND ones, you can tell this eye, it's way much more sparklier and brighter as compared to this eye. There is some shimmer and glitter in this eye, but then you can tell that all over, baby, it's just pure shimmer. And it really depends on your personal makeup preference, because I know some people who prefer much more of a matte eyeshadow look. They don't really like shimmer all over their face because they feel that it will make their eye look very like puffy or messy, you know, which I totally understand. It's really down to personal preference which you will actually prefer. Another thing between these two palettes is that the special shade for the CLIO one is actually supposedly a dupe of the kbeauty. I forgot what's the palette's name, but basically that, you know, that melted gemstone kind of look to it. So all of CLIO's Pro palettes in this format, they all have this one special gemstone shade, and you can tell it's this shade over here. So you get this like very purpley, fuchsia kind of blue. I don't know, it's a really unique color, especially coming from a Korean beauty. It's very hard to pair this particular shade with the rest of the colors. Oh no, there's some of the, let's go into the ROMAND one. Oof. I would say this is a harder color to pair, especially with this shade over here, these shades over here, because I feel that in general, Korean beauty, they are more natural looking makeup. Maybe like a lot of people say it's like a wash of color, watercolors kind of thing. I found it a little bit difficult for me to actually wear this shade with all the other shades in this palette. That's me personally. If I want to wear something more like punchier in color but not too like, oh, stark-ass purple kind of thing on my face, then I normally don't really use this shade, which is a shame because I think If this was a shade on its own, it's gonna be stunning, honestly speaking. But I personally would not really use this shade. I would use the rest for a more rosier kind of look to it. When it came to the application process of, you know, applying the eyeshadow and everything was more or less the same until the shimmers kicked in. So like your base color, aside from the fact that it's slightly more saturated for the CLIO one, they more or less work the same. They're both very like easy to work with. There was no like balling or anything for the eyeshadow palettes, none of that. They applied really well. It's either a personal preference of do you want more punchier colors that is a little bit more flatter, or do you want colors that is more wearable with very bright, expressive, sparkly shimmer kind of colors. Personally, for me, I actually prefer the ROMAND one because I felt that the ROMAND one really made my eyes look brighter, look more awake, and I really do like it. But of course, there's shimmer like almost everywhere on my face when I look at it right now. The shimmer is like going all the way down here right now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my hair is blocking, but I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's shimmer like all over like here as well. So just a quick little note. If you normally wear eyeshadow looks that are lighter in tone, more wearable, more daily looking eyeshadow palettes, and you want your eyes to look brighter, then go for this palette, that's for sure. Do let me know your thoughts as well. Do you prefer the ROMAND one, or do you prefer the CLIO one, or do you have any plans on picking any of these up? Let me know as well. I actually saw that CLIO is releasing eyeshadow palettes with Stray Kids, like the, what's it called, Brick Kids or Stray Kids eyeshadow. There's two. I know there's one mauvey one, there's more brown one. Remember what I said when Korean beauty ends up duping themselves or one another? It is what it is. I don't know if I should pick that up to review, to try it out. Let me know as well if you guys are interested in seeing a video on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Do remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I do videos about kbeauty, cosmetics, and sometimes skincare here and there. And if you guys are interested in that, remember to subscribe and ring the bell down below. It keeps you notified when I actually upload. So yeah, your support means the world to me. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Stay safe. Bye!